Crypto Pirates, welcome to your Discourse Syndicate and Wake Up HEX. How's everybody doing? Let's jump on to the comment section. Yes, it is. It's your beloved old decrepit captain here, filling in for that slacker KNTX. Oh, look at that. Getting messages already. What the fuck are you doing up this morning and on the stream? So he's busy out on that long vacation. Hey, Bala J, what's up, dude? Thanks for the super sticker and the 5 euros, right? Is that the euro thing? I don't know. It's some European shit. I thank you very much. Appreciate it. Let's see. Okay, Jim wants the link. Hold on one second, guys. I will send Funding Jim the link. Let's see. Blah, 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 blah. And boom. There you go, Jim. Come on in and hang out with us and the rest of the fellers. The crew, Krew, crew. So before I bring your regular morning show guys on, I wanted to address everybody and let them know what's going on here at the Discourse Syndicate. So let me say good morning. Coconut, let's go right on. We got April in the house. Hey, part of the Joker gang watching the morning show. Right on. Thanks for joining us. Spike, what's up, my man? Inviting Freedom and Dangerously Stupid. Love that name. Lights Out, my man, in the Twitters. If you guys haven't followed one of the best wingmen in Twitter, well, actually, I kind of feel like maybe I'm his wing, but Lights Out is tears it up in the Twitters. Orion UFO. Hey, yeah, we are fully awake. Let's see. Oh boy. Mudhog, how you doing? Yep, old guys do rule. Yes, we do. Bran, what's up, bro? Good to see you. Hexander, Duke of Booze, and the regulars. Good morning. Let's see what the private chat's saying something. Yeah. KNTX rug pulled on you guys. He doesn't really care, to be honest. So, you guys are fodder for him. He doesn't think too highly of you, obviously, or else he'd have been here, right? Rain or shine, he can be in his car or whatever doing this. But okay, so what do I want to talk to you guys about? So as you've known, you may have heard chatter that Discourse Syndicate is no longer just a show. We are actually putting ourselves together as the HEX network. And how that's going to work is all of your favorite shows that you know out there in the HEX community are going to be streaming live from this channel. They're all going to have their own channels. They're all going to keep their own branding. They're just going to be on the Discourse Syndicate network so that we could drive traffic to one place and showcase everyone versus having to go search the whole internet and try and find somebody. You're going to be able to see everyone from the Hex Asians to Big Pep to the morning show to people like Bran are coming on, Cabana, Joker's got his show, Nerd Girl's going to continue to do her show, Joe Exotic's going to do a show. Who else? We've got Maddie Allen is going to be putting a show on here. So everybody's going to be streaming on Discourse Syndicate network. We're going to put a website together. That website is going to feature the live broadcast of the time and have a guide, a channel guide, or a timing guide, who's going to be on what time and whatnot. So you can see it. Every one of our streamers is going to have a bio page, so you can go to their page. They're going to have links to all the things that they're interested in, what they want to do. So we're going to turn this into a Hex Pulse network. And you want to direct somebody to material and you don't know where to direct them, you'll be able to send them to, pulsechain.com, hex.com, or Discourse Syndicate network. I believe that's going to be maybe it's DS network. I'm not sure. KNTX has the URL secured, and we're building a website at this moment. We just got all of the streamers on board that are coming on board, and we're going to be making announcements as to when all of that will be launching in the next couple of weeks here. But we are going to be the one place for you to get all of your content that you want, so that if you've got a no coiner or somebody that you want to direct, you can just tell them to go to the network. They can start searching around, look for the streamer that fits their, narrative, and then they can jump on and watch what they want to watch. And it'll direct them to all the other YouTube pages, all of the YouTube channels, and then they'll have their own bio. So it's going to be cool. We're excited. Oh yeah, Gerardo's going to be on, guys. So Gerardo and let's see, Jenkins is going to be on too. So we're going to have a couple of those guys that are going to be doing charts and putting content up. So yeah, man, those guys are all on board. I've been talking to everybody for the last 4 days. It's been meeting after meeting after meeting, talking to everybody. And everybody's fired up, man. Everybody's fired up to be in one place, kind of put the HEX community and family together in one spot so that we can all be streaming from it. And the thing is that, once again, this is your Discourse Syndicate network, not mine. You guys are doing it. I'm just kind of herding the cats, putting everybody together. And you guys, oh yeah, by the way, we've got Crypto Coffee coming on too. I'm getting like blasted, like, hey, what about me? What about me? I'm gonna be on. I'm gonna be on. But yeah, Crypto Coffee is gonna be on. And by the way, Crypto Coffee, he's like my little crypto nephew. He's in behind the scenes web developing for us and doing things and putting stuff together. So a lot of talent is coming together at Discourse Syndicate to bring you guys content and to do marketing, all kinds of stuff. So we're real excited about it. It's gonna be fun. Hexander, I hear your question. You know what? We are at the mercy of YouTube, and I hope, I've been working really, really hard at trying to make sure that we're following guidelines. And even though we do have a lot of garbage talk and stuff that's not for kids, we've always made sure that we've marked it that way. And any time that they've ever warned us about anything like having weapons live on stream or any copyright stuff, we've always sent, apology letters and, abided by what they wanted, pulled the streams down that we did that in. We got reported one time by somebody who didn't want the stream to be aired anymore, so we had to pull that down. But we've abided by all of their rules, and so far we haven't been pulled. Are we at the mercy of that? Yes. And we'll play that game as we move on. So in all hopes that we continue to be able to stay here on YouTube and do that, is, that's what we're hoping for. So anyway, to answer that question, we're going for it. We don't give a fuck. We're just going to do it. Right. So that's that. And yes, we are growing and we're excited about it. And so is all the streamers. So it's going to be great for everybody. All right. So let's bring up the guys so that we can talk for a minute. And then I'm going to roll, because I do have to do some work today. What's happening, gentlemen? How are you all doing?
Hello.
Michael, Gary, and Peter Goodhair. How you doing, buddy?
Excellent.
Excellent.
This poop is getting serious. So, yeah.
Sounds like a t-shirt. I like that. This poop is getting serious.
I'm
We
looking
have
for
to
the.
abide by the rules, so no poop talk.
Just broke it.
So everyone, so I'm getting a lot of comments about the logo, the new DS logo over here behind me. Everybody's calling me and telling me it says BS, and don't for one moment think that wasn't intentional. Okay. Because we know who we are and we're not going to change it, because we know who we are. There's a whole bunch of shit going on in that logo that you guys don't even know about. I mean, that was a lot of my thought into that logo. And of course, KNTX helping me build it and whatnot. But yes, that logo is done the way it's done for all kinds of reasons. There's all kinds of reasons in there. So
I, for one, love the cock and balls that's hidden in that logo. It's awesome, dude. So nice. Appeals to the streamer sensibilities that I have, and +1.
and your penis fascination,
Oh yeah.
hence your name.
I'm just happy I can still bullshit you.
Yeah, marketable. So that's the news, guys. That's what's going on. There's not a whole bunch going on with Pulse or Hex. My guess is that Richard took the long weekend off and went and did something, took a break. I'm glad. I hope he did, and I hope he wasn't just like working his ass off somehow, some way. And he took a break because, hey, everybody needs a break, right?
Do you think he was on break? That he was not screaming at developers and like
I don't know. I didn't see
long sentences.
I didn't see a lot of tweeting going on this weekend, so I'm not 100% sure what he might have done, but maybe everything's done and he's just waiting for the right time to launch. Who knows?
Maybe he's waiting for the bounce.
Guys, I think that he's taken. I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say that's looking like a dead cat to me, to be honest. But what do I know?
Yeah. I suspect that Richard has taken everything from the big brain chat. He's been given 2 major options on a silver platter. This happened mid last week. And I'm kind of sure that he's going to blend them and pick and choose even from the tiniest bits of these 2 options so that it becomes his own. And he's testing those out in his mind. And, because he's not going to cater to any one person's philosophy. He's going to have to go for the entire gambit. So I'm really happy that he's taking more time.
I think there are simulations going on the background.
Oh.
Because Hex was... He did mention that Hex was he did some simulation with Hex, but I forgot the name of what was it called.
Yeah, I mean, Kyle. So if anybody was OG in the origin before Hex launched, a lot of people put out ideas, and it was great because you have feedback from 10,000 people or whatever was inside the Telegram chat before launch. I forgot how many people were there. And you started to see people that were showing their strategy. They were saying, I think I'm just going to stake it and then I'll cash out after a week and then I will restake it. And that changed actually the compounding method. So finding out and going through those testing simulations was very helpful in the development of Hex. And I think that that's the same thing. There's a private room that just chats about everything that's possible game theory to be thrown into the launch phase or the development phase or the DAO phase or whatever it may be that Pulse becomes. And, to be a fly on the wall and to also run simulations on people's ideas and see what breaks and what works is really what's going on. I mean, truthfully.
Hey, you were really active in that chat group and fending off all the personal interests left and right, Gary. I thought it was really great. Do you feel that in the end that everything stuck the way that you had hoped it would?
Well, we won't know until it gets released and Richard basically signs off on his version of how he imagines Pulse to go. I will say that in the 3 years I've known Richard, his intention hasn't been about me first. I mean, about him first. You see, his tweets, and he does demand respect, and he is frustrated that it doesn't punch through more. But sometimes his drama statements are purposeful, and they do get retweeted by either people that support Richard or people that are hateful of Richard. So I think that the messaging that has all along has been cypherpunk original, right? So as far as when he was a 50-cent block miner and things like that, and Bitcoin, the principles behind why does this thing exist? Because you can trade on anything. You can trade on how fast the turtle crosses the line if you're degenerate. There's all kinds of ways to make money on trading on derivatives and paper products and all kinds of things that aren't necessarily helpful to a community to just find money. You can find money in abundance in all kinds of other sectors of the market. And that's never been really his public persona. So I think that those things that I advocated for inside of that private room, I think that they're listened to. I think that Richard respects the commentary from RG3, from me, from anybody that's basically put their face on the line, their identity on the line. You know, we get doxxed. I get doxxed all the time. I'm pretty public about who I am, where I am, and so forth. And I think that that adds credibility to what we end up saying, because we're the people advocating on camera more than just a self-interest.
You know, it's funny you mentioned RG3's contribution in the room. As I recall, it was, maybe I can quote it. I'm sorry to divulge what happened in the room. It started off with an "arr," and then it ended with, "Does anyone want any donuts?" And that was it.
That's value, man. Donuts are good.
Good contribution.
That's my contribution.
Yeah. Someone has to bring the donuts in.
Somebody
donuts and coffee are important to development.
Well, the difference also is, again, we have a very strong, everybody, I respect everybody. If you haven't served in the service of military service in the past, I respect everybody that's inside this community. And I actually think that guys that are on the front line are people that are on the camera, honestly. Doesn't matter if you've had military service or not. But it's undeniable that we have a strong military background, a lot of us do. And the idea that you're going to conquer a mountain as an individual is just not something that's ever promoted in the service. It's not something that draws you in as a 17 or 18-year-old. You do look for a band of brothers. And I think that RG3 is a great example of stepping up to help hexologists and then stepping up to help this community develop. And, you know, if you're going about, whether it's HEX or the potential of Pulse, and you're doing it really for self-centered interest, I don't think it goes very far. I don't think that product really resonates with a lot of people in today's space. The idea of a pump and dump that crypto really has represented for the past few years, before HEX and before Richard stepping to the plate, is a norm. You expect the hype and then the sell. You expect those things because everybody is self-interested. For all the words lauded around about, you know, decentralization and kumbaya, honestly, it's a lot of bullshit. There's 10,000 coins that don't do that. So I like the community a lot. I think it adds a ton of value. I think that Richard listens to those messages. I don't think that he kowtows to any big faction, even if it's all the public people say we want this thing and all the private people or whales in the system say they want a different thing. I don't think he kowtows to either. But he does have the interest of longevity, outliving him, this product, and you know, he does want glory. Honestly, he wants his name to be compared to Satoshi or Vitalik, and to surpass them eventually. So he does have that kind of drive that every major CEO of every major company has. So I like a lot that he supports the community. He thinks about the cypherpunk elements. He thinks about decentralization, and you should be in control of your own finance and your own destinies. But he also is a community builder, and I like that a lot.
You know, let me jump in real quick and add to that. You know, you said that the crypto has these things called pump and dumps, and we all know it. I mean, I've been in the rooms. You guys have been in the rooms. We've seen it on a regular basis, and it's still the narrative of crypto. Pump and dump, and that is a individual singular vision of how crypto should be. And even though we most of us have, you know, a more libertarian life worldview, not to put politics in it, but our worldview is like, hey, you know, give me the freedom to go out and do my thing, and I'm going to give you the freedom to go out and do your thing. And we don't need some central entity controlling us. Let us control ourselves. So this pump and dump thing is really individualistic, very selfish, and then not looking out for the interests of your brother, your person next to you that you are fighting for also, which grays the lines of a lot of different worldviews. But I look at HEX as a pump and pump versus a pump and dump, because we're constantly trying to because everybody getting in, no matter what your time frame, as long as you do the right thing and, you know, go long and set yourself up properly, staking ladders, those types of things where, hey, you're not looking to, I'm going to throw everything out there in one spot out in the future, and then I'm cashing out. I'm going to get mine. It's like, well, wait a second. Let's show you how to responsibly ladder your crypto, how to, make gains, how to even keep it perpetual by taking a rolling staking ladder where you are sliding off interest to live or to do the things that you want to do, but you're continuing to keep the ecosystem going, continuing to pump everybody else's bags, continuing to keep the integrity of the product going. So those are the things we teach here. Those are the type of things that the HEX community has kind of made their mantra, is responsible investing versus the pump and dump shit that's out there, what crypto has turned into, because that's not what it was intended to be. It was intended to be freedom from all that shit that's out there. And then of course it got usurped, and you guys have all heard my framing of, hey, we got a bunch of smart geeks that made something really cool, and then a bunch of nefarious bastards got a hold of them and said, no, let's do this with it instead. And that's what we ended up with in crypto.
I think Richard's chance to get into history books, it's by creating a crypto that gets mass adoption, because to be honest, the most known crypto, it's Bitcoin. But nobody has a Bitcoin wallet. It's maybe just us here, and the people watching. It's nobody else. So that could be his chance to get into the history books.
Probably becoming the world's first trillionaire wouldn't hurt either.
Oh, that's a good point. Yes.
And that's the thing, is there's all kinds of people that are successful financially, and they don't necessarily bring as many millionaires along the ride. They don't make as many billionaires along the ride.
Exactly.
On the path of trillionaire.
Exactly. A lot of those people that have made big money have brought a handful of folks along with them. Mm-hmm. We've seen it with Gates, and we've seen it with with Apple and Jobs, and there was a handful of them that made it, but not like we have here. I mean, I'm looking at the wallet addresses, and we're talking, I think at some point here really soon, every dolphin is going to be a millionaire, and that's coming up really soon. And then it's going to roll into the squids within 5 years. That's how many millionaires we will have made in HEX, within about a 5-year period. And it's just going to continue to grow and grow and grow as time goes on, because of how the ecosystem and the culture of what we've created here. I mean, this community has helped this product grow like no other, because we've taken the things that Richard said it was. We looked at what he told us, how he built it. He told us what it is. He told us what gets you the max gains. He told us all that, but we taken it to a whole nother level as a community and put it across all of these streams, and have been, speaking the same narrative, and it's completely opposite of what crypto is all about. We've been talking about these responsible behaviors, and if you do these things properly, HEX is going to pay you out in spades. And it took the community to do that. Richard couldn't just jump on the hill himself and yell that all out. We created that. And that's, I think that's something that everybody should, pat themselves on the back for, because every one of the streamers out there, from the Hex Asians to the guys in Australia, to Motley and all of those guys, and Maddie and his Quant gang, and all of the people out there, all the streamers, Big Pep, Caban, too many to name. All of these people have pushed that narrative. We haven't talked about pump and dump. We haven't talked about when it's time to sell, or, hey, it's time to short HEX. I mean, we have influencers, crypto influencers, BTC maxi influencers have millions of followers saying this stream is going to teach you how to short Bitcoin. The fuck is that?
That's how you make money, man.
You don't hear any of us saying that. the narrative here is we dare you to fucking short X. Fucking try it. We dare you.
Buy in a stake.
Hey,
Buy it
Captain,
and stake and just buy it, stake it, walk away.
Mhm.
And watch
So,
a game.
so the numbers support that traders lose money. I mean, all of the statistics show the traders lose money. And you have to really think about the person you listen to on YouTube that promotes, you need to short this, now you need to long this. Now you need to join this particular leverage platform. Now you need to do that. I mean, they're amputating your legs. They're honestly just saying, let's put more of you into the grinder. And because it's irrefutable about the long-term success of a trader. You know, the 1% of the 1% are, and if you discount their referral links and things like that they make as a side income, you know, they might be driving a Lamborghini, right? You say, oh, wow, I made a Lamborghini because you're fucking trading. Yeah, probably it's off of those referral fees. It has almost nothing to do with your actual trading prowess. It's different.
good point. Win or lose, they cash in.
Yeah.
Very good.
And you can just build something valuable while you're staked instead of spending all your time looking at charts. So
I wanted to comment, since
Pretty
that's kind of
nice.
a segue, is about leverage. So when people talk about leverage, I talk about it in a negative light about leverage trading, margin trading, because that's usually the context when people hear that term. It's very interesting. If you even have an inkling and you think about the word leverage and you say, hey, how can I multiply my energy, my economic energy? How can I multiply that? Okay, I'm willing to take $100 and I will leverage it till I have 2x or 3x, right? So that's what you're doing when you are leveraging. HEX is so unique in that whales can say, hey, I've got a lot of economic energy, but I only have a short time horizon, whether they stake or they don't. So if they don't stake, then they're staying liquid. If they're staying liquid, they're just looking at price volatility, narrative, things that might be a hype cycle about an upcoming event, might be a FUD cycle about some other economic event. So they're simply looking at it as a whale, as an opportunity of price appreciation or positioning. When you are staking, you are also taking economic energy, and your economic energy, you can look at short term and you can say, I'm only going to stake for a month and here's my interest ROI. Does it overcome my transaction cost, my Ethereum cost to get in, get out, stake, get a yield, right? So you have to have enough economic energy as HEX to overcome the transaction costs in and out, right? So you can similarly leverage, because it's bigger money to have enough yield to make it worthwhile for short-term staking. Now, HEX, you can leverage. You are leveraging with time. You don't have to have the same economic energy. You can say, I'm going to leverage for 2 years and I am multiplying my economic energy. I'm having a ROI as far as 20% per year as far as extra shares. The bigger pays better if you even qualified for that. If you don't, then time is your lever. 15-year stake, 10-year stake, 8-year stake. When my kid graduates from college, when I'm hitting retirement from my normal pension kind of occupation or whatever, when you're looking at time, that's the amazing compounder. Einstein comments about it. Anybody that's had celebrity in finance, they always talk about the wonder of compounding interest. So look at, if you say, hey, I'm interested in leverage trading, they don't have leverage trading unless I'm in Bitcoin or I'm on this particular centralized exchange and they have these margin tools. Leverage is time in HEX. So look at it that way.
And Gary, we haven't even seen the effects of compounding effect, like the effect of T-shares, because that's approximation of the compounding function. And for the long stakes, I think we have to wait maybe 5-7 years until those people really see it and start to report like, oh my God, I'm earning I don't know how much X per day on my long stakes. That's something we will not see for some time. But it's there, it's programmed, it's in the code. So yeah, now we just have to wait for the proof.
Agree.
Well,
Hi, Home Dog.
what's up, Huddle Dog? How's it going, bud?
Came back from the groomer.
Hey, dudes.
You're a hard man to get a hold of, and then all of a sudden you just show up.
Yeah.
I know. It's magic.
We'll talk later. I sent you a message like a week ago.
Yeah, man. The Swiss people, they're a little bit slow, so it's all good.
Yeah, that's
No, we're gonna talk later. No worries, bro. I just want to hop in.
You got it. I'll send you my number. We'll chat.
Sweet.
So
Not much going on. We just have some sideways action in the price. Everybody's waiting for the sacrifice phase, I guess.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
no, Papa's not waiting. He's just
Nope, I'm not waiting at all. I'm just I've decided to go into an alcoholic tailspin until it all gets resolved, and it's going to be great.
good.
Didn't we
hope it
sacrifice
helps.
yesterday?
Yeah, you did.
What? Your liver?
I sent all my HEX to some address. I feel great.
we appreciate that. Thank
Oh
you.
boy.
It's my address.
Oh,
Yeah, I'll sacrifice it for you. No worries.
thank you. More drinking.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
And by the way,
Uh-huh.
ads rolling in New York City. Like, that's a big thing.
Yeah, I saw that.
Wow.
That's crazy,
It's just-
man. Like,
It's just one track, or will there be more?
Who knows? That was nice though.
Hmm.
That was really nice. It was done well. It was.
I have
really
never
done
seen
well.
something like that before. Like,
No.
is
No,
it
he's from
usual
Slovakia.
in,
He doesn't
in New York?
understand that. He doesn't understand how that truck can light up, like how.
I can understand, but like,
wow, technology is great.
but we
These
don't
lights-
have it here. We don't use
Who
that.
lights these candles?
It has music coming from it. How do you do this?
We're speaker.
Where is Ox? Where is Ox?
That was that was our first U.S. centric type of thing that we saw, because that's
I always wonder how
Probably, yeah.
effective those are, though. Like,
you saw the people saying, "What's that annoying fucking Pink Floyd music coming from?" Oh, there it is, HEX. All right,
all right.
I saw heads turning, didn't you?
No, where? What on the
Yeah,
video?
for the
You
peop-
mean?
Yeah, the people on the sidewalk were like, "Huh, okay."
yeah, because you
Yeah.
see golden shiny stuff and coins and shit, and people like this. So
Oh yeah,
but
that's
you have to read it. But if only 1% clicks on the website, that's good.
yeah, that's for
So,
sure. Yeah,
so here's how marketing works.
looked
Guys.
pretty good.
I don't know if you guys understand this, but all these things are subliminal. Most marketing happens when you're sitting down having a beer with somebody, sitting down eating a pizza, watching a game with somebody. That's where most marketing happens, because you get inundated with ads, with YouTube ads, with print ads, with billboards, with vehicles driving by. You get inundated with these things all the time. But what happens is you grab a few of those ads, they hit your brain says, what was that? Oh, I see that. Oh, HEX. Oh, colors. Oh, sound. Oh, boom. And then when you sit down with somebody who says, yeah, man, have you heard about HEX? Now, all of a sudden your interest turns on and you listen to that person and you go, well, hey, wait a minute. I did see something, or your brain is telling you that it's credible because it's out there in the world. It's on a billboard. It's on television. It's in your computer. You've seen it. It's rolled past your eyes. And it turns on a piece of your brain that allows you to accept what your friend or what somebody is trying to tell you. So it's a tactic, and it's not necessarily someone's going to read it and get that click, but they're being inundated. Their senses are seeing, hearing, and observing that, and it's being put into your subconscious. Marketing is more subconscious and subliminal than it is direct. The most powerful form of marketing is the network effect, is your friend telling you, because it's like this. And I've always explained it to people this way. So Domino's Pizza is very, very effective at their advertising out here in the U.S. You open up a print ad in your local paper. Something comes in the mail, you'll see print. You're watching television, Domino's is on the print. You watch the internet, you're going to get an ad. You see a billboard while you're driving. All day long, you're getting bombarded by it, right? But you're sitting down watching the game with your buddy, and you say, hey, I'm going to order some pizza, and you grab the Domino's article or whatever, and you're going to go right to, okay, I'm going to just go get this. But your friend says, no, Domino's sucks, man. We need to get, freaking this pizza from this guy is the best stuff over here, Porky's. You got to get Porky's. And so what happens is you listen to your friend, but you've been programmed all day long from seeing it. But the networking effect works much better than that advertising effect. And if the networking effect and the print ad is combined with the message, then you're even more inclined to get into that program, buy that product, whatever. So marketing is a lot more subliminal than it is direct, because the networking effect is the most effective form of the marketing. So anyway,
that's the story of bottled water, that they marketed it for many, many years, and they just take profit from it now.
I got a funny story about that. So my old man, when I was a little kid, back in the 70s, the early 70s, we were little kids, and my dad came home from work one day and he said, kids, come here. I want to show you guys something. And dad pulled a bag out. We were all like, oh, what's he got? He pulls a bottle out of a bag, right? And it was the first Evian water. Evian was the first water to be put in a bottle back in those days. It was like fucking something completely new, and nobody knew anything about it. This is in the 70s. So he put this thing on a counter, put out a few glasses, and poured some in a he was laughing this whole time, and he poured some in the glass and he said, try it. And me and my brothers and sisters, we were like, oh yeah, this is really good. This stuff's great. It doesn't taste like regular water, Dad. And he looked at us all, he laughed, he said, it'll never work, and he walked away. And I'll never forget that, because my dad was like, this is the stupidest fucking thing. I brought it home as a joke just to let us kids get the kick out of it. And he was like amazed that somebody would even think about doing that, And here we are all these years later. And, if he'd have got into the bottled water business, I wouldn't have had to be out there freaking shilling cryptos for my whole life to try and, get rich. But anyway, that was the beginning of that whole water phase. And, it looked like a joke, but marketing has turned that into an amazing feat.
Yeah. Now Nestle wants to own all of the water, like all of it.
Yeah. It's almost going to be to where you have to buy water in order to get something decent.
Ovidian, if you're my long lost son, there's a reason that I took you out and gave you away a long time ago. You weren't supposed to find your way back. But yeah, we'll talk about HEX later.
Huh?
I did not understand anything of what you just said.
It's okay.
It's always really crazy when Papa talks. Nobody gets it.
Are you responding to chat or something?
I'm just
talking with his inner child or whatever.
Where did it come from? What was that?
That was in the chat to someone.
Oh, the chat.
Yeah. You got to pay attention to trolling. Come
How
on.
many glasses of that stuff did you drink before the show?
It's 90% rubbing alcohol.
Oh,
awesome.
God.
Nice.
And clean on the inside.
So how do I find this guy, Mr. Contrarian? Let's see here.
I don't know. I was thinking the same thing. So that's why I put it in private chat, so I can just put it on you. Yeah, we've hit that moment in the market where everything's just, Or do you guys have anything? Because I haven't noticed anything different since last week. It's just kind of the price. It's almost like we're back at 1 cent. What?
Are Markable? Are you talking about the general market?
No, I'm talking about just
That's
Hex and
specific.
Pulse and the thing, and like also kind of, just the general market.
So I have a question. Even though we're all dedicated partners or we've been in the dating world or whatever, how many people actually buy your Valentine's gift on Friday the 13th or right before the 14th? Who does that, and how many people plan ahead versus procrastinate? So when he says something about the market not moving, I think there's going to be a big move when Richard starts streaming and says, you know this thing you've been planning on for a long time?
Oh, yeah.
It's today.
Now's the time to. If you haven't positioned yourself, now's the time.
Now is the time
Definitely.
to think
Do you
about
think
those
he-
lulls.
Yep.
Do you think he will just announce like it's starting today, or like will he?
Yeah, probably
say,
there's something
you
like
have a week?
tomorrow. Nah, it would make it would create more FOMO to say it's tomorrow, man, because it doesn't really matter what the time frame is, as long as it's about 24 hours plus.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't really matter if he says it's tomorrow or it's next week, because we've already gotten like a few weeks extra or whatever.
He knows the echo of the community, and he knows the ripple, right, that will happen. First thing will be his stream and his Twitter and his Telegram pinning, and these different, pulse.com gets updated, pulsechain.com or whatever gets updated. So he may do those things. Someone in the community may notice it happened. Oh my gosh, did you see that pulsechain.com has new information, right? And there'll be this ripple about people that want that first comment. But that's there's so many people that are trying to play the liquid game. They're trying to play, hey, I've got time to do this other thing and this other coin or other crypto, or I just learned about HEX last week, but I'm not really comfortable to get started yet with this Pulse idea. There's all kinds of people that are in the wings, and the FOMO event is really Richard making some sound.
Yeah. Jim, there is this long, like big stake that it's coming out in 3 days, and that guy restaked, like he has like 650 million or something. At first he staked like for a month, I think from beginning of the year, like month stake, and when Richard announced it, like Pulse, there is something going on, it's maybe happening soon, then it became like 1 week stake, 1 week stake. That's awesome. I think he's listening to it.
If Richard says it's a 3-day window of the flat part of the curve, you'll start seeing that big whale do 3-day stakes. You're like, I just want to make sure I hit that window, right? Yeah. And there's people, and again, so I hear the narrative in these Pulse chat rooms because the voice chat is so lively. Last night, Kareem dedicated hours of time, and we actually helped. I donated to help this lady that had only heard about Pulse or HEX 3 weeks ago to get her involved with Staker app. She already was involved. She already owned HEX, things like that, but she's just really excited, and she's from like the UK or something, right? So Kareem dedicated time. I dedicated time for hours at 3 a.m. Puerto Rico time. It was really useful. And I think that people should also know that is available. You should be looking on YouTube. There is the HEX radio thing that streams the voice chat. And there's opportunity for people that want to do these HEX clips. Go through, scrub it at double speed, find the thing that's the interesting nugget, chop it, and put it and repost it. You have permission from the original person that streams that out. He streams out 24 hours at a time or whatever, but you can chop up that content. If you have questions on how to, then I'll tell you how. But find those little nuggets, find those little snippets. Some people love that Kareem adds so much like adjectives and excitement and enthusiasm about what he says. And some people just want to get down to the meat and they say, what's the math, right? Find those little nuggets, speak to your own audience, because I think the onboarding process, we have so much content available. There are people that say, I can't keep up with everything. And if you put it down in the little Joe Rogan clip kind of things, it'll be great. Yeah.
Hey, Mark. Hey,
man.
What's up?
Does your mic work now?
Is that Crafty?
Is that Crafty?
Yeah,
no, that's
Crafty.
Crypto Contrarian. Welcome to the show, buddy.
How are
Welcome
you
to the
doing,
show.
CC?
put me in yet. My mic's fucked. I'm still trying to fix it.
It's better than last time.
Yeah, it's definitely better than
reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah.
You can
Yeah.
hear me?
Oh shit. Okay.
Yes, we can.
What's up,
Yeah.
guys?
Okay, turn it up a little.
Yeah, that's what I was
He doesn't
trying
want
to
to touch
figure out.
anything.
So sorry. Yeah, I'm always having the same issue.
Oh,
I'm
good.
a noob. I'm just trying to start doing all this. But thank you, RG, for bringing me on. I got this whole
Welcome.
setup and I've been messing with it. And of course, every time I jump on, it's being finicky. So
Well, we have a competition going now. It looks like Crypto Coffee and Crypto Contrarian are going to be the hair style, machismo guys, of Discourse Syndicate. Pretty
What about
Peter,
Peter?
Peter's got a puff. Yeah.
Peter.
I got
Peter
the
doesn't
beard.
have it.
I'm sorry. I've always liked
Not,
Peter's hair.
not right now, but
I don't know. There's a John Travolta
me
element.
and Markable got the beard going. I gotta catch up.
There's a John Travolta element to Crypto
Yeah, catch
Coffee's
up. Front run
bandanas.
beard coin.
Beards are lame, says Richard Hart.
Yeah, until Beardcoin goes live, then he will grow his own beard as well.
Hey, Markable, I like you with the logo on your face. Can you lean back a little bit
Markable,
more?
place your eyes
There you go.
between the logo.
Whoa.
There's a Markable hidden in that logo.
Looks even more like a Wookiee. Huh?
It looks like a mask.
It almost looks like there's a 369 buried in there. I couldn't find the 9 earlier.
3.
I can see the 3 and the 6. The 3 in the
I
front,
see a 5.
and then the 6
I
in
see
the
a 5,
background.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't
And a
know.
B,
Why is there a
B5.
5? There should be 4.
Vitamin B5?
B5.
Is that like a Hex Pulse hybrid logo? That's kind of crazy.
I'm
Yeah.
glad that it hits like that, really.
It's in Vegas. It's going to be a brand. Everyone's going to get it branded on their ass.
Oh, damn.
Ooh,
Wait,
I'm so happy I'm not
I'm
there.
gonna do it.
Vegas? Who is gonna be in Vegas? Are you guys all gonna be in Vegas?
No.
Hell no.
No.
I'll be in Vegas. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
No.
I'll be there. I'll see you guys there.
Two weeks
Yeah.
of sitting and waiting to get jabbed, and then 2 weeks between that, and then 2 weeks to get back to Japan, then 2 weeks in my I can't go. I'm there in spirit. I'm there with all you wonderful people.
Well, RG is gonna be live streaming, right? So yeah, you'll be there.
Yeah,
you
we'll
know,
do some live
digitally.
streaming
Cool.
from there. I don't know who else is gonna. I mean, there's a lot of people going. So it's gonna be fun. Gosh, I think they have like almost 200 people have confirmed that they're going. So it's gonna be a big ass meetup. We almost have a convention. I mean, literally, we could have probably rented a room and done a convention with the amount of people that are coming. So
Damn.
yeah, next year is going to be off the chain. I mean, next year we're going to put a convention together. Maddie and I have talked about it. So we're going to put the convention together and literally have the first HEX convention out in Vegas. So
Sounds cool.
Maybe I attend.
We'll be rolling.
Maybe you're allowed.
Maybe I'm
Maybe.
Maybe they let me in.
Maybe I'll come in with that truck that we saw in Los Angeles or wherever. No, New York. Yeah, I'll be like ringing the bell and saying, "Look at this! It's HEX time!" And the Pink Floyd stuff will be running and stuff, and everyone will say, "That was lame, Papa. Go home," and I will.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll have next year. We'll have that shit rolling through Vegas. We're going to have a convention. I would imagine that we should at least double. I mean, I'm expecting we can get 500 people down to the first convention if things go the way we plan this year. And we could see more. Who knows? I mean,
Wait, what would next year be HEX exclusive, or would it be like a Pulse HEX thing?
yeah. More than likely, it'll be a Pulse
It'll be a Pulse
HEX thing.
I mean,
you
because
know?
it needs to be separate, though, right? That's what Richard wants. They're separate things, but
Well,
like,
they're separate products, but
I don't
there's
know.
obviously core Plank owners,
One-
which are HEX most likely.
Yeah, one community to rule them all. It's going to be a crypto convention, and we're going to be the ones that bring it. It'll be marketed more than likely as a.
We'll be talking about
I
Bitcoin.
guess the
How
reason
to short
I
Bitcoin.
asked
We're
about,
talking about. Maybe we can get BitBoy to freaking talk on stage for us. Or wouldn't that be fun? We'll have Maxi up on stage.
Maybe
Well,
finally
no,
people will show up if you say it's a HEX conference and then you just talk about Bitcoin.
or Doge. Might as well just throw Doge in there.
Oh boy.
Yeah, you have a whole keynote speech about how to stake your Bitcoin, and then at the end, yeah, this would be nice, but you can't. And then it's a it's a hidden promotion for X.
Bitcoin is too dirty for us. We can't associate ourselves with these trashy coins.
Shit coins. Yeah, we'll have breakout sessions on how to dump your other coins to get HEX.
By dirty, I mean wasteful for the environment.
We'll have different rooms. Get rid of your Bitcoin here. Get rid of your Ethereum here. Get rid of your Litecoin here. Get rid of your shitcoin over here. We'll have all DeFi shit projects. Go to this room here. We're going to show you how to dump it and get HEX.
So do you guys think Pulse will have it seems like Pulse is going to be a lot wider of a reach because it's going to be multi-chain. It's a platform versus HEX.
Oh yeah,
more of a financial product. Mm-hmm. So I would imagine the Vegas group, if it is open to Pulsicans or whatever they are, it's going to be a lot.
We're still bigger. Hexicans. We are Hexicans. We just use Pulse.
Cool. I like that. Hexicans first. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. No, because Hexicans are the OGs, right?
Damn straight.
Damn straight.
So you guys don't know this because I haven't even talked about RG3 just now, but it popped into my head what I should do. I have a product that Kurkowski and I have been working on for quite some time, and it's a different demographic outside of crypto, but we think that it would benefit crypto people too, especially the Hexicans. So we are going to go to the Vegas event. Kurkowski has a space that's already set up, things like that, and I'm definitely going. I actually had a lot of things produced, and I want to show that real quick. And the reason I'm going to show it on this show is I haven't shown it to anybody as far as public space. 10% of the sales of what I'm going to show you will go to Discourse Syndicate because it's revealed on this program. And I think that they're going to use that money not necessarily to line pockets, but basically to promote new people broadcasting. I would like that as part of their use of the money that comes from the sale of what I'm going to show you guys. Basically, there's two technologies that I combined into a particular product. And the particular product you're already familiar with is a hotel key. Hotel key, when you get issued at the front desk, it has the hotel logo and company and wherever you're staying printed. And then embedded inside of that card is something called the NFC, which is a microchip. And the microchip unlocks your door, right? They can set it to how long you're going to be a tenant of their resort. And that's your access key. So you're very familiar with exactly the technology, and you're familiar with the form factor because it's the shape of a credit card. So I actually I did all kinds of research before I made the product. I bought a $5,000 printer that does the special printing required for the graphics. Kurkowski and I are partners in this project that has something to do with helping you guys get message out about HEX, about your referral codes for Staker, all the stuff that you're already doing in your social media platforms, and to help those people because we really care about Hexicans, we care about the product. However, what I did was, I'll show you real quick a couple of examples. This is a card. Let's see if it goes on my camera. So this is a card. It is very similar to a hotel key. You can see. I basically built the one that's for Funding Gym, and then on the front and on the back, there's the Gifting You HEX because I'm two different channels actually. You can see that there's a QR code. The QR code actually can go to your social media stuff, and you can change it, which means that you don't have to reprint the card. The card itself is not something you actually give out like a physical card, but when you're at a meeting, when you're at something that's social, whether it's a business event or a personal event, and people are saying, "Hey, how can I follow you?" "Oh, I've got Instagram." "Oh, I've got YouTube." "Oh, I'm on Twitter." Right? All of your platforms can be loaded into a single QR, and the single QR can show all of your social media content. Another thing that we're looking at, and one reason I think I brought this up in the past, and I was very was an enigma on the Australians when they did a stream like 2 or 3 months ago, and I said, "Hey, we're working on this thing. Maybe you guys can do it down in your other country." It's because there's a referral program, and the referral program is basically US based. So I'm still working out the ways to transfer monies internationally. So the referral element, as far as international, does not work. because it requires PayPal, Venmo, Zelle, these kinds of ways to automate. And I really don't want to deal with a lot of personal single transactions to pay out referrals to international people at the moment. So right now it's a US based thing as far as my referral program. And it has almost nothing to do, again, with crypto specifically, but it really can help you guys too. So this is an example, like I said, which was the Funding Gym one. This is an example of a hotel. So a hotel, this is one of the local hotels in Puerto Rico. It's very popular for weddings and things like that because it's a great venue. It's called the Condado. And basically the same sort of thing. Some of our clients are right now hotels and restaurants, things like that. What I also did was, that's the card. And what I'm getting at is, if you are going to the Vegas event and I'm going to see you in person, then I don't have to have shipping cost because I'll bring the pre-made cards that has your logo, your contact information, your QR, and embedded in the card, like I said, is this microchip. The interesting thing about that microchip is when it's close to a cell phone that's less than about a year, maybe year and a half old, there's no scanning. You don't have to scan it like a QR. You bring out your camera and you scan a lot of things since post-COVID, like your menus and things like that. You're already scanning. My grandparents never cared about QR until COVID. Now they know that QR is the normal. However, this is a proximity card, meaning that if it's close to a cell phone, especially when guys get a hotel key and they put it in their front pocket with their cell phone as they go to the hotel, it loads the website that shows all of your social media platforms. So you saw before this kind of guerrilla marketing of HEX, where people were going to Apple stores and they were putting in the website for HEX and showing that, because they were basically typing in URLs and then people see that on their displays. You saw that guerrilla stuff in the past. Mm-hmm. This is take a card and touch, takes seconds. So I've done this demo before with Kurkowski to show how it works, and I've gone into Apple stores and I can load it only with HEX content. So I've referred, as far as these kind of guerrilla marketing things of just HEX, I've made a card. I went in and it shows the Discourse Syndicate. It shows Hexologist YouTube channel. I load all of those things into the information the card would automatically populate from just a touch. So all the cell phones show all these different platforms. You can see HEX content. So these, when it's in mass, doesn't take a lot of time. It's loading one time a template and then printing 100 for a hotel. But for you guys, it takes a little bit of time. I've got to have your image of what you want for your face or for your logo or your brand. I've got to basically hand type in your Telegram or whatever it is that you want as far as your contact information. So it's more customized. But I'm going to charge $20 for this physical card, and I'll produce it for you, and it'll be at the Vegas event. And then along with that, if you do want, it's up to you, but basically I keep mine inside of like a wallet that's like this kind of wallet, like a regular credit card kind of wallet, but I had these special made. So they are ones that you can have your own regular card. It will be a secondary thing. They're high quality. They're the leather, hand stitched, but I've got different versions of them. Some people like fancy colors and fancy style. Some of them like normal kind of butch, just black. Some of them like colorful shit, right? So I'll have that as well at the event. But if you are going to go from this stream, you see my Telegram, just Telegram me. And if you Telegram me your image and what you want, as far as your public stuff you care about publicizing, like you have an Instagram, Twitter, things like that. If you tell me those things, I'll build it into the QR and I'll build it into the NFC, and then you'll have it in Vegas. So that's one thing to try and popularize it. So the card will be $20, and that's underneath what hotels are going to pay for this thing. But it's going to be $20, and 10% of that will go to Discourse Syndicate. And then the same thing with the wallets. They're usually higher end cost, but $20 for that as well. So if you're going to go to Vegas, then I'll have ones available for you at Vegas. But it'll go, like I said, 10% will go to them because I don't have to pay for the shipping to ship it to you. If it's going to go through a website, which we're building now, we're finishing the website stuff, you can still DM me. I'll still make one for you, but it'll be shipping to you. And just tell me that it came from Discourse, like you heard about it from the Discourse show, so that I can give it to the proper credit to who it deserves. I'll also make broadcasts later with Maddie. I'm working with Maddie on producing a similar card for the Vegas event, and it's part of how they're going to get in and out of venues. And that's different. It'll be the same technology. It'll be the same format, but it won't be custom to you. It'll be custom to Maddie's event, right? So all the access and things like that. So I'm building the ID card as well for that, but that's basically for Maddie's single event. This is custom to you, and you can change this stuff in the future. If you change your URL or your Telegram address or whatever, you can do that on your own. So keep that in mind. And if you do DM me, if you do see this stream later, make sure that you say it's from the Discourse show so that I know who to credit, as far as referral income to Discourse.
Cool. Thanks, Gary. Appreciate that, man.
No problem.
Can you put your vaccination card on there too, so you can just swipe it for the authorities?
Yeah. So RG has had one for a while. Hexologist.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it right now.
And I had to have them, not say anything for quite some time because I was looking for making sure that my international referral stuff was automatic, and I didn't want to really broadcast it to an international market, as far as referral income. But once I do have that figured out, then you'll get referral income from basically helping other people.
Is that punched through? It's see-through.
No, it's just the green screen effect.
Okay.
But yeah, Gary, put my little picture. Get this. There we go. Put my little picture on there on the back. I got the cool freaking ships getting burned and my QR code. And I took it out of my wallet because I didn't turn the NFC off. I have a wallet that my cell phone fits in, and every time I'd close my wallet, it would go click, click, and it was freaking. I'd put my other phone next to it, and it would start beeping. It was like I couldn't figure out how to turn the NFC thing off yet, but I was my phone wouldn't stop beeping because I kept. It works. The thing really works.
Wait, what do you mean? Turn off the NFC thing on the card on the phone?
If it's a modern phone,
phone,
NFC is automatically on. If it's an older phone, then you have to actually manually turn on NFC. But it's a technology built. It's near field communicator is what it's doing.
Okay.
RG3's a VHS recorder is still blinking.
Is it the same technology? Is it similar technology to like when you walk up to your car and it unlocks, or is that RFID?
Yeah, so there's ones that are RFID, and there's one, and it's less secure, and then there's NFC, which like Tesla and things like that use NFC. Hotels that deal with security stuff.
Yeah.
Then it's usually better. Yeah.
Cool. So it's essentially like a new age, next level business card with all your socials.
Yeah, so the NFC technology has been around for a little bit, but it has only recently, they have a tile now, like Apple is releasing a tile that you can track your lost keys or something like that. It's just a new product that just came out. That's also NFC based.
There is like a little sticker that you put on your keys. I've always thought about that because I forget everything.
So this is also NFC, but it's much more high tech. It's embedded inside of the metal of a ring. Some people will wear a ring, and then they can open up security locks that have been pre-programmed, or they use it for opening car. Like you just have your ring on. As long as you have your ring on, then the car knows you're in the car. Kind of like having that fob, and then the car knows you're there.
Yeah.
So it's the same technology, but it's lower cost, and it's embedded into a plastic PVC card you're already familiar with as far as a hotel. And the concept is that, hotels right now, see Amazon influencers.
Wait, why isn't the government using this for like ID cards? Like,
they do.
We're in 2021.
It's the same thing. Yeah. So there's a lot of ID card stuff. This is ID. The printer.
No, I mean like a common like a common driver's license. So you could just be like, I don't know.
Well, they've got the metal strip on them now. So they're just a little behind the times.
Yeah, of course. I guess they'll catch up.
But everything's going contactless now. Nobody hands out physical cards. They haven't for a while, and COVID just accentuates that. So this is more like proximal, quick. And if you saw the Popple stuff, I was really excited about. Popple is the exact same technology. So I sourced where that technology comes from as far as China. I special ordered. I'll also have Popples there that have the HEX logo. Hang on a second.
That's pretty sick.
Oh, we saw his butt crack just now. That was cool.
I gotta get a cool background like you guys. I gotta figure out the green screen situation.
If you just go down where it's camera mic, where the cog is down there,
Yeah.
that's where you switch all that. There is a green screen feature, and then you can add your own image.
Okay.
You just have to have a green screen to do.
Yeah,
to do
I have a black tarp or whatever. Not black, green. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, you just hang that behind you, and then you can do whatever you want inside.
Nice. It just keys it out.
Yep. Keys out the green, and whatever image you upload there, it shows you.
I could be in the Caribbean, like Papa Boner.
Oh, this is not the Caribbean, sir. This is the Pacific. This is Hawaii. Shush with the Caribbean.
I won't bring up the Caribbean. Yeah. I won't bring up the Caribbean right now because that's a whole other conversation, isn't it, RG?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We're working on that.
Yeah, I've been looking into that.
Soon.
A few steps behind you on that. But,
so this is separate and not related exactly, but everybody knows I was talking about Popple stuff several months ago. And
what is that? I'm sorry, Popple?
It's a device that goes on the back of your phone. It basically is a little button, and the button I had the images of HEX.
Yeah, I see that.
Basically put on there, just as far as a logo brand.
A little bubble.
So you hold the phone close to someone else's phone, as far as the top of their phone, and then it loads whatever you're trying to load. As far as social media stuff. So I'm experimenting, like I said, with the Hexologist channel or with Discourse Syndicate or other influencers in the space.
It's the same technology as a card. You just have it in a little bubble sticker.
Yeah. So it's basically, it's a 3-dimensional thing. So it's a button.
I see that. That's cool.
But it's what people want to have on the back of the phone. Yeah.
Yeah. Have you ever seen those, the hand, the things that they put on the back of the phone that's magnetic?
Like a ring?
They got the. It's kind of like a ring, but it's more of just a knob. Well, they put those on the end of the knob, and.
Okay. Yeah.
But so I found out where Popple gets them made, because they're available in like regular Best Buy and things like that, and they're generic imagery. Or you can go to their website and you can order some generic imagery. But if you order a special custom logo, then it's more expensive. You buy in volume. I think I had to buy like 500 of them or something. And then off of once I found out where the technology was basically made by Popple, let me show you this one.
So you program whatever you want in there?
You program URLs. So if you want to put in URLs, you can put in a URL.
So the chip comes blank, and you just how do you upload the info? Curious.
They have an app. Popple has an app.
Okay.
So
cool.
This is Richard looking up like it was that Bitcoin picture. Like he's the shark going to get the picture. You've seen that before. And it just says tap your phone here. So it's pretty generic. And it's for I have them inside of a couple of jewelry stores as an example. They put it in their display case, and then it gives them a discount if they buy something or they refer something. So I'm experimenting in different ways as far as commercial. Once it's not autofocusing.
Cool deal. Yeah. We will continue to watch the progression of the Popple.
Yeah. It's interesting. Guerrilla marketing wise, you're starting to see people like Mitch Ray talking recently with Richard. You saw Joe Paris. I don't know if you guys know that Joe Paris has like 800,000 followers on other channels with his other content. And he's been around maybe 4 or 5 years with e-commerce, how to make money from internet, YouTube content. So like 4 or 5 years ago, when I first heard about Joe, and I followed him a lot before I ever heard about crypto. I followed Joe for a long time. And he's great about, and a lot of my digital nomad people that were inside, I used to run an accelerator in Palo Alto. And so a lot of my people were interested in Amazon FBA. They were interested in, kind of the cycle of e-commerce. As far back as 2016, I think is when maybe 15 was when I remember hearing about Joe primarily. And then it was really exciting that he was on Gerardo's show the other day. And as far as his regular YouTube channel, maybe it's only 30,000, 35,000, but he has like 800,000 followers in other media.
Yeah, he's got 1.1 million, Brand says, on TikTok.
Yeah. And then he made a thing. If you haven't seen, he made a video about Pulse and that just released like 10 hours ago. So what I'm getting at is the virality element is really around the corner, in my opinion.
Oh, I think I saw that video. What is his name? Joe
Paris, Parys.
Oh, maybe it was a different guy.
Yeah, Gerard Dog interviewed him.
Gerardo, yeah.
Gerardo.
Okay.
So another thing that I found interesting is in the marketing of Pulse is that we can literally, you know, all of you freaking Telegram warriors out there can literally walk into all of these ERC20 token rooms that are going to be launched on the Pulse chain and literally shill Pulse, because you're not shilling another crypto. You're actually telling them they're going to get a free airdrop of their coin.
Yeah.
So you can go into these rooms and start talking to people about that. And I think that's where we'll end up all being in, you know, during the launch phase, because we're going to want to go in and tell these guys, hey, look, you know, we're not here to shill you Pulse or shill you Hex or any of that stuff. We're here to tell you, you're about to get a free bag of your favorite coin here.
Did you guys see Richard's tweet when he said something about who's your daddy? There's some new money coming in. So basically, we just crash all these Telegram rooms and just act like we're their daddies, telling them about free money, right?
I don't know how good that's going to go over, but
yeah, I don't know how that's going to sell. I was just about to say,
I guess
might want to try and tread a little lighter and
I'm not gonna bust in there like bust Richard hard, but I'm just saying like we're offering them value, not trying to shill.
Yeah. So on that side of things, if you do come in with the soft sell, the soft sell is here's free money. So if you have your logo is extremely Hex centric, if your Twitter fights are very public, you may not have as many inroads to the people that have just turned deaf to Hex message. However, Pulse is a different animal. It is the same kind of founding principles. It is the same founder, obviously, through Richard. It is a similar community, right? If you saw how fast the Telegram room ramped up organically to 16,000 or 15,000 people, that's amazing. That's amazing speed.
That's more than the Hex.com channel, right?
Hex.com is like 21,000, 22,000.
Oh, Hex is still bigger? Hex is still bigger? Okay.
Yeah. But what I'm getting at is if you do go into these Telegram rooms, like mine is Funding Gem, and even though I have Gifting You Hex and it has a Hex logo, I'm probably approaching a lot through Telegram as Funding Gem, right? My content is about startups, it's about capital, it's about money management, all that kind of stuff, you know? I don't know what the message was. There's a side message.
No, Peter's got to go.
Okay.
His stool softeners are kicking in, so he needs to go poo-poo.
Well, it's time for all of us to close it off anyway, because, of course, Papa can't refrain from turning it into a shit show. So we've got to cut it off after an hour. And I waited for KNTX. I thought maybe he would show up eventually, but no, he's totally off the grid and not coming back. So Gary, hey, thanks for the offer to Discourse Syndicate, and anybody wants to check that stuff out, Gary, where can they go to find out the information?
The best way is really, if you are going to Vegas, is Telegram me, because I'll have one-on-one, and all I really care about is what image do you want, because it'll be part of your card. Like I'll be making your card. It'll be a template very similar to what I do, right, for my card.
Cool.
But I'll show you examples. I really can't spend a ton of time going back and forth on editing and let's make this super perfect, because think about it. I'm doing 1,000 other things and I'm doing this custom for you. So I can't spend like 20 minutes or 30 minutes making it. It's going to be basically a template. You have your image that you can send to me on Telegram that you want. You can have whatever you want as far as your URL, your primary URL. If you do Instagram or YouTube or Twitter, you probably want to tell me those things so I can build it into the card automatically. And then you'll receive it in Vegas. Yeah.
Sorry. I don't know why. Sorry about that.
It's all right. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for coming. Thanks for joining, and stay tuned for more about Discourse Syndicate Network. Appreciate all you guys coming on. Markable's not here to say it, so I'll say it. Outro, motherfuckers.
Bye.
Take it easy, guys.